What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Y'all know what it is. Another episode built by the Red Stick, brought to you by Elevate Treatment and Legacy Center. It's your boy Michael, the one and only Ronnie LaDuff.
Yes, Lord.
What we got today?
Man, hey, hold on. Everybody, we got a special guest in the building. We got Mr. Calvin Brown in the building, a.k.a. 180 Slim, a.k.a. Thank you, Lord. Another blessing coming my way. Thank you, Lord. Mr. Blessed and highly favored, man. What's going on, brother?
What's up, my brother? How
We
you
got
doing?
him in the building.
Appreciate you coming, bro.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you joining
Thank y'all
us.
for having me.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and look, I want y'all to notice my dog got that merch on, you know what I'm saying? God got his hands on me.
Where they can get the merch at? Where they can get the merch at?
Hey, just hit my DM, Calvin Brown. Hit my DM.
Yes, Lord.
We're going to link his socials in the description of the video so y'all can go follow him. He's got music everywhere, YouTube,
Yeah.
Apple Music.
Yeah, all media platforms.
all media
Just
platforms.
dropped the project August 30th, One Way. I've been on it.
Yep.
I've been on it,
My
dog.
bro, my
I've been
bro.
on it, bro.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
And so y'all know our thing, man. We love supporting local artists, businesses, whatever it may be. We are built by the Red Stick. We talk about it in our message. What are you built by? So obviously we had to bring a first guest on, coming from Baton Rouge, local Christian rapper. Hopefully booming.
And then look, this crazy because so before I even met Calvin, I knew his dad.
Yeah,
Didn't even know it,
that's
bruh.
crazy.
So he posted his dad one day, like, happy birthday, Pops. I'm like, what? That's your
Man,
dad?
yeah.
So I did security with dad, bro.
Come on, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
Man.
That's crazy.
You know, a lot of people know that guy, bro. He a legend.
That's a good
out here in
dude.
Baton Rouge,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a good dude. Shout out, Mr. Calvin, bro.
Yeah,
I know you
shout
probably
out.
don't remember me because I was tripping back then. You know, I used to be the one ducking in the bathroom, going do my little thing in it. But hey, shout out to you. So,
Yeah.
like Mike said, man, we like to support local talent, local artists, but most importantly, man, we like to bring people on that struggle, went through mental health issues, addiction, whatever the case may be, bro. So just, you know, kind of let the people know, like, who you are, like, where you been, and then we'll get to all the glorious stuff later. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Man, so let me try to fit all of that. It's a whole lot.
That's
you
a
know what
battle
I'm
we
saying?
battle every episode.
Oh, yeah.
We're like,
they,
how do
they
we...
driving right now anyway, bro. So go ahead, bro. You got it. It's yours. They listen.
Okay, all right. So boom. So I'm from Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying, Calvin Brown. I grew up Mayfair, you know.
Shout out to Lil Duff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I grew up playing ball, basketball, football, but I leaned toward basketball and stuff like that. So, I was basketball kept me out the streets for a long time, but addiction was ran in my family. You know, I had uncles. You know what I'm saying. I had cousins. You know, just everybody was struggling. But like I say, the basketball kept me for a little while, and then I just, when I got into high school, I was like really wild. I got, fighting, just really acting out, trying to get attention pretty much because I didn't understand that I was going through mental health issues then at that point. And rewind before I got to high school, my parents tried me on Ritalin.
Yeah.
And that Ritalin, as I look back on it, that was the spark of my addiction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
we jump into that because look, I'm right there with you, and it seems like nowadays they just try to put kids on it younger and younger.
And it's like Adderall now, though, ain't
Oh
it?
yeah, Adderall, all of and look, not to interrupt you, just
No,
because
you
it's
good.
one of the things that me and Ronnie always talk about, because just coming from two different demographics. So, what did you find? Because we know Ronnie's perception on it. What did you find within your community, within the Black community, about dealing with mental health? Like, was that something that was taboo? Like, we don't talk about that?
It was definitely
Yeah.
taboo. Oh, he crazy, man.
Yeah.
So they make you feel like you a crazy person. Like, they get a check. You know what I'm saying? So that is, if you was dealing with mental health, if you was able to locate it, you wasn't about to talk about that,
Right.
man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because they
Facts.
just, they outcast you,
Yup.
So,
That's real.
yeah. So, and I thank God that now it's no longer like that. Everybody, we have awareness now, and people are pushing it, so it makes it a lot more easier for people to say that they struggle with mental health. And I thought that when you struggle with mental health, it's over with for you. No, it's just helping you to cope with the things that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My dad, my dad, he worked
Yeah.
like 6 jobs. He didn't get tired.
Yup.
So he was never really at home. So he was trying to get the money, you know what I'm saying, to take care of his family. But I didn't have that outlet, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was acting out in school, trying to get his attention, because moms was there. She was able to nurture me, but I needed that part of that man, you know what I'm saying, to
Yup.
come out. I needed to be taught how to be a man, you know what I mean?
Sound like what I be saying, bro.
all the time.
And so and again, I don't mean to cut you off. So
you good.
we had an episode about, the bond and like the bond that we share, right? Of course, me and you, we ain't spend that much time together, but like we have a duty, or we have an obligation to the black community, right?
Most def.
To continue to be vulnerable. I share my story every chance I get. I see you all over everywhere sharing your, because we got the young black kids like looking to say like, okay, like these people, they look like me. They got tattoos, they got dreads, but they getting vulnerable. They talking about mental health. They talking about what they went through, how they overcame it. So
Yeah.
it's our obligation. You
It
know what I mean?
is,
And
bro.
not to make it about color or race or anything like
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? But like we definitely have an obligation, and you have been one that have been
Yeah.
owning up to that obligation, man, and you've been doing a great job with that.
Most
And just
definitely,
keep
bro.
talking and keep telling people, bro, because there's somebody out there that look like us. And then even in Mike's situation, it's a rich kid out there somewhere
Yeah.
that don't want to listen to his parents, you know what I'm saying? And that's me.
I always be doing it. Bro, I'm gonna tell Mark and Paula on you.
Hey, Mark and Paula.
But another cool thing is like how we find different outlets to express that, right? So like
Yep.
I found my outlet through motivation, right? Like through inspiring and through seeing people and being able to spot and then give away. Like me and Ronnie always talk about it, like when I saw Ronnie coming up, there was nothing that I wasn't willing to share with him.
Yep.
Ronnie finds his through getting on, as he talked about it in an episode, like his job, because he avoided people for so long in his addiction, is to get in front of everybody's
Yeah.
face. Your outlet is through the music, and not even just music, because a lot of people use music as an outlet, but incorporating God, incorporating the
Facts.
peace that you found and how you found that peace through your music in order to deliver that message of hope. Like, look, man, we go through shit. That's part of life. Everybody does it, right? So I mean that's always
That's powerful.
Yeah.
And so you got a lyric in your song. And I'm quoting you, bro, because you know what I'm saying? You kind of like a big deal. You said that you give God all the praise. They looking for that old Slim.
Yeah.
They say it's just a phase.
Come on.
So what? Yeah.
Bars.
So what was the turning point of what was Slim before you hit that point, and like what happened? What pushed you to the person you is now?
Ooh, man, it's a whole lot of things, bro. I'm gonna just start here. I'm gonna start with the thing that impacted me years ago and brought it back full circle. So I wasn't religious, right? When I started, like I told you, I was wild out all the way till I had graduated high school. I started snorting cocaine.
Okay.
The cocaine took me. So when the cocaine took me, and like went to robbing people, I went to just up days at a time. My mama saw that. She had a little bit of religion. She didn't really have a relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
She saw me.
Say that again.
She had a little bit of religion. You know what I'm saying? She was churchy and stuff.
That's a whole episode.
Oh, yeah.
Religion versus relationship. Well, we got to have you back for part 2, but keep going. I'm sorry, man.
So I watched her turn her life over to the Lord, and I seen the work that, you know what I'm saying, what God was doing in her life right before me. She would come and say, Calvin, are you doing cocaine? Because the Lord showed me a vision, and I saw you doing cocaine. I'd be like, no, I ain't doing no coke.
What you talking about, mama?
The next day, she found some straws in the baggies and stuff like that. I told you the Lord showed me. Stuff like that. And so she, you know what I'm saying, she really just like ministered to me and witnessed to me and told me about the Lord and stuff like that over and over again. So this went on for like 2 years. I wasn't trying to hear nothing.
Right.
I had got so broken to the point where it's like I had started going to treatment centers at the age of 18. So I was like probably in my 4th one, wasn't nothing working. So I'm like, man, I need help. So I started listening. I started trying to read the Bible. Opening it up, I'd be smoking weed and everything, but I'm still reading. God made me right where I was at. Then she gave me a book on fasting. So I said, okay, boom, fasting to get God attention, I'm a fast. So I lay around there, went on a fast all day long, and I heard the pastor say, "You be real with God and tell him exactly what you want to say, and he'll meet you there." So I said, "God, if you real, show me you real, cause my mama said you real. I hadn't had no experience with you, so I just need you to show me yourself." I prayed that all day, no food in my body. Later on, about 3 a.m., I'm trying to go to sleep. Had to go to work at 6 a.m. I couldn't sleep for nothing. So I started praying like, God, please let me go to sleep. I got to go to this job in the morning. And my body started shaking in convulsions like violently. And then I felt a peace over me though when it happened. So again, I was like, God, please let me go to sleep. It's kind of like I felt God in the room. I was going into a trance though. I didn't realize it at the time. I started shaking again. And I said that again, God, please let me go to sleep. I heard this, shut up. I am your rock. Like it was like water. It was like the thunder, the lightning, all of the loudest noises on earth that you could combine together on top of a father figure authoritative voice that make you stand at attention. That's what it was. I heard it audibly.
Ooh, man.
And then I went into a trance, and in this trance, because I wasn't asleep, y'all. I just blacked out. I just, I saw myself in the middle. It was in Mayfair, in the middle of the street, preaching to all the gangsters, the dope dealers. These was jack boys. These are street dudes. I'm in the middle of them, and I'm saying, if God could, this is what changed me. I'm pointing to my prayer hands. It says, Lord, please. So basically in the dream, I was saying that prayer changed me, saying, Lord, please, crying out to God. I'm pointing to that, and they listening. And I'm like, I'm preaching. I ain't never, ever, ever, ever thought about being a preacher. I was way on the other side of the left field,
Right.
And then the next part of the trance, dude came with cocaine. One of my old partners who I first started doing cocaine with. He was like, bro, you want something? All on his head, body. I'm like, no, I don't do that no more, bro. I live for Jesus now. And then in the next part, his mama came running to me. And she was like, Calvin, I really need you to come talk to my son. He's doing drugs. He's doing this and doing that. And I was like, I'm coming. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to go talk to him. And I said, because if I can change, he can change too.
Facts.
So when I ran after her to go find him, he was like in a bathroom stall. I went in the stall. Somebody came out shooting at me. And then I came out the trance. Now, that was a meaning in that too, in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? How adversity came after I answered God calling. But we'll go into that later. I came out the trance. Bro, I opened up my Bible. Just opened up my Bible. Mind you, again, I did not know the Bible. I opened it up to Psalm 19, and it talks about God being my rock and my refuge. Bro.
Same thing he screamed to you in the train.
And from then
Thank
on,
you, Lord.
I knew that God was calling me to do something greater than what I was doing, to help people, to minister. Now, even to fast forward to right now, just like that lady came and my buddy mama came looking for me to talk to her son, that happens to me often. Moms call me and they want me to come intervene, have an intervention with their child or pray for their child and this, that, and other, get advice all the time. So I know God already showed me that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So it ain't got to be no guesswork, or I ain't got to pray about it. I'm coming. Because this is who I am. God made me to be like that.
Yeah.
Passion meets purpose.
Man, I know. And look, I just talked about that in the last episode about last week, terrorizing the city.
Yeah.
And then trying to bring healing to the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it sounds like you on the same type of time. You know, like you say, you was up for days, you was robbing people, putting bad energies into the universe, this, that, and the third. And now the same city that you ran the streets did this, that, and the third, like you bringing healing and you know, you putting that positive spirituality through your music, through your works, through your walks.
Yeah.
And so assuming you was hard-headed and you didn't continue to follow the path then, right?
No.
So what, you know, because us humans, we are hard-headed.
Yeah, bro. So right then and there, that was just the initial start of God, revealing himself to me. I didn't change right away. It took me like going to a place called Teen Challenge.
Oh, man, I heard about that place. Yeah, I heard about it.
I went for a year straight. I learned the Bible, you know what I'm saying? I got my walk up, got closer to the Lord, and I was on fire. And I came out Just like
So how old you was then when you went to Teen
I
Challenge?
was 20 years old. I was
Okay,
20.
so 2 years
I went
later,
in at
you-
19,
okay.
2 weeks before my 20th birthday, and stayed for a year. So I was really young, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I was on fire, and I came home, and I just was like, in that trance that I told you about, that vision that I had, there was a part where I ran after somebody, my partner, and somebody came out shooting at
Right.
me. All of that meant something. See, when I finally decided to answer the call of God, I didn't realize the adversity had turned up on me. Like the devil hate when you doing the right thing. It's like
Absolutely.
he throw
Absolutely.
everything at you, and I didn't have that stability, so I didn't have that community around me to like listen to and say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. And then when they did come around, I had like this pride in me, like saying, well, shoot, I'm on fire for the Lord. I'll never fall like Peter did. I'll never deny you, Lord. And he told him, you gonna deny me. So that was kind of like the situation. I stepped into a marriage, you know what I'm saying? Clearly, I was not ready for. People around me were saying you're not ready because they're in a multitude of counsel. There is safety.
Yeah.
So I removed myself from the council because I felt like, man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I feel like I need to do this.
That's when we want to do what we want to do instead of what God wants us to do.
Exactly. And God said, all right, bet. I'm going to take my hand off you, but I'm going to make sure you don't die.
Protected.
Like Job, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I winded up getting hooked on pain pills, going to the doctor. I substituted my addiction for pain pills. You know what I'm saying? Now, instead of me turning to God, I done turned away from God, and now I'm trying to seek fulfillment in my own, you know what I'm saying, my own way. Yeah, and then that turned into heroin eventually.
Yeah.
That turned into Xan bars. That turned into Adderall. All the pills you can name, and, fentanyl and heroin.
And so how long you got?
Right now, I'm at like 3.5, almost 4 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yep. And like I told y'all, seriously, not jokingly, whenever I came in the rooms, it was only 2 black people in the cover. It wasn't popular, y'all.
It wasn't.
And you're looking at both of them. We are the original.
Well,
Yeah.
and
That's true.
I mean, so one of the things that I find to be the most powerful is when people speak with conviction, especially conviction in their faith.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have turned, and especially in community, in the country, whatever it may be, a lot of people have turned to faith or turned against faith, and it's not popular to be convicted in that. And so I applaud you on your conviction on that aspect, just because that's what we're here for. It's like to let people know, like, it's okay to be powerful. It's okay to find your strength through whatever spiritual realm that you want to find your power. And so, I mean, that's the cool aspect of the different walks that people face and the different things. And at the end of the day, I believe, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but left up to my own devices,
Oh, man.
excuse my language, I'll fuck some shit up.
You will.
I'll fuck some
I
shit
will.
up.
Forgive him, Lord. We
You
know
know,
you're in the
look,
room right now. He couldn't get his words across.
You know?
All right, go ahead. I got you.
But with my God or with my higher power or whatever we want to call it, a lot of great things have happened, man. And
Yeah.
I've been able to meet a lot of cool people and I've been able to do a lot of positive things, and I know that ain't me.
It's great when you can locate that was God on your side, because a lot of people just will not ascribe him his glory, bro. They'll ascribe it to a doorknob, Mother Mary, or something. Man, Jesus is real, and I have a lot of glimpses of glory when I can trace back to my story. Like I told y'all, I got hooked on pills, you know what I'm saying, real bad. Throughout the situation, I started going in and out of jail. I was so down and out because I felt like God wouldn't forgive me because I was locked in with him, and all of a sudden people looking at me crazy like, what happened, bro? And so I had a lot of shame.
Yeah.
But in that shame, I tried to kill myself.
Yeah.
One morning I came home on a bench, and my children mama pulled out a knife. She fussing, woo woo woo. So I lay around there and was like, man, chill out. I tried to grab it. When I grabbed it, she sliced us like she got sliced, leaking. Wrapped it up. She got in the closet. And she crying. So I'm like, man, here come an enemy. Man, you might as well kill yourself. You see how you ruining everybody's life around you, man. Don't nobody wants you around. Like, kill yourself. You already saved. You'll be with God.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hearing all this. He twisting the word up.
Dude, that
Man.
sounds like what I went through. God,
It was-
I talk about it all the time. You know, I had 6 suicide attempts too.
Oh.
And you know, I'm gonna say that just last week, bro, we just had somebody jump off the Mississippi River Bridge. I don't know if y'all
I heard about that on Facebook, but
yeah,
I didn't some research.
man. So prayers to the family.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Real.
like that stuff is real, and that's why I tell my story every chance
Yeah.
I get. That broke my heart because I've been there. Like you
Yeah.
said, just hearing the voices saying, "Man, just do it."
You-
Don't nobody love you. They don't care. You'll go be with the real person that love you, man.
Yeah.
I
It
talk
was so loud, bro.
I talk about it all the time. One of the hardest things and scariest things and saddest things is that pride and ego that comes into play with people when they have found that peace and then they have given it up, and that devil or that evil coming into their brain saying, God won't forgive you, so you might as well give up.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest people to get sober, to find peace again, because that ego is telling them, or that negativity is telling them, man, we already gave you your chance.
Yeah.
You're not going to be forgiven now.
Yeah.
You turned your back. When in reality, I'm not as familiar with the Bible, maybe,
Okay.
but
All
you can
right.
tell me. But I believe there's a part where it says God don't make too hard of turns for those who earnestly seek His attention or seek His
Yeah.
love, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, that's all it takes. Is
Yeah.
just repent and come
Yeah.
back, man.
Yeah. What I learned, bro, like through my struggles and trials and stuff, like the word of God say, if you draw near to God, He will draw near to you. But before that, He said, resist the devil and he'll flee.
Yep.
So the more you resist him, he got to flee. And the more you draw to God, he'll draw near to you. And then, of course, now that he's drawn near to you, you learn his ways. So now he right in your ear. You can hear him more clearly than you
Yep.
can hear the devil. So he hollering, but the Lord right here.
Soft
So
whisper.
it's easy to hear him now because you didn't got draw close to him. So that was the whole thing. Like, the enemy don't want us to get close to God, to get close to our Creator, because that's when we most effective. You know what I'm saying? And like, bro, when I took a bottle of 50 pills, Tylenols. I remember them. I pulled them down my throat, and bro, that voice that was telling me to do that was loud then. But when I took them, it went away, and it's almost like I heard laughter. I don't know if that sound.
Nah, you
No, it
know,
makes
I
sense.
got
it sounds
It
like
makes sense.
it sounds like him saying the
Like,
stuff he's saying. But
Tell you,
keep going.
dog, I got you. So at that moment, I knew I had to messed up. So only thing I knew how to do was repent. And I said, God, I grabbed my baby. She was 1. I said, Lord, I didn't want to do this. I'm just trying to get out of this situation. I don't want to be like this. And I just cried out, started crying, sat on the floor, and was just rocking my baby. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Don't let me die. Lord, forgive me. And I woke up in the hospital. And
That's the picture that I seen you. I think you just posted recently.
that's something else. That's a cancer situation. I could talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a diagnosis of cancer.
What type of cancer?
Chondrosarcoma. My bones or whatever like that.
Okay.
But yeah,
never
that's
heard of
another that's another thing I want to touch on. But yeah, bro. But I woke up in the hospital, bro. My family around me, and from what I was told, they said that your son not gonna make it out of this, and if he do make it out, he gonna be a vegetable for the rest of his life. But my mom was a praying woman, like I told you. She prayed with me all that day.
Her relationship hadn't got stronger at this point
because of me, because of what
right.
I was going through. So it actually pushed up closer to God, and so I was in and out. I came out of it, and the next day, 6 doctors was around me. Probably was 4. It was a lot of doctors, and they just was saying, "This is a miracle. I don't even understand how this happened." Because when he got here, he had all of that medicine in his system, and it's like, but it just disappeared. Like, this is incredible. They were just saying it was incredible because I got to the hospital late. It had already went into my system. They couldn't pump what they tried to do to pump it. It wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah.
So, but they say it just disappeared like it wasn't in my system. Now tell me that wasn't God.
Thank you, Lord.
You know,
Thank you, Lord.
for real.
Ronnie made reference to it. I think it was in the Why episode where like God saves his toughest battles for his strongest soldiers because he knew that there was going to be people like us that he needed to battle this.
Yeah.
So with all that and your story of desperation and then finding God and the trials, what has been some of the
afflictions?
No, the glory, like what has been some of the positivity, some of the things that you've been trying to bring into the community, into your life and spread. I know you talked about people calling you randomly and going and intervening and stuff. What are some of the other things that you do in order to operate within that glory and within that appreciation for this newfound life?
Well, first of all, I got the Lord restored my relationship with my daughters because we was like,
that's awesome.
I was finna touch
That's
on
so
that.
awesome.
I was finna touch on that next. I'm glad you said that and I'm gonna pause before I say this. I'm sorry, I got ADHD real bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pause before I say this. But one of the most attractive things about you is the relationship with your daughters.
Man, bro.
Because I talk about all the time how even now at 5 years sober, I'm struggling to have that relationship with my daughter like it's too late. But I see y'all doing game night. You know, the Bible stuff, game night. They in all your music videos. They coming with you to your performances. Bro, that shit from a black man to a black man, from a father to a father, and from just a man to a man, period. But that's one of the most attractive things going on in your life right now. And I don't know if nobody tell you enough, but I'm going to sit here and tell you in your face in front of everybody. I envy that. I want that.
Yeah,
but
bro.
Kudos to you for that, man. But go ahead and finish. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good, bro. What was that again? I got it.
We all got it.
I should be like squirrel. I had to get it out.
No, it's good,
so
bro.
He asked about the glory and the positive things that you're doing now.
So man, I was able to show my daughter, when my oldest daughter, when she came, she was on the verge of like hating God. She was going through some things at the home with her mom and stuff like that, and by me not being there. And so I was able to sow those seeds into my daughters, and I watched them grow in their faith, and now I watched them go and win their friends over. They bringing their friends to church. You know what I'm saying? Like I wake up in the morning, they got gospel music playing. I ain't got to tell them to watch sermons.
Hopefully it's your gospel music.
Oh, yeah. They know my music more than me. I'll be in the show.
I'm going to have to show the video,
bro. I'll be in the show, and sometimes, bro, I popped a lot of pills in my life. I forget. Sometimes I forget a lyric. They be like, Daddy, you forgot your lyric. I know your song more than you know your song. They can rap it better than me.
Yup.
But that, you know what I'm saying? I'm a barber, and I try to I don't look at it as just cutting hair. I look at that as my ministry.
That's your ministry.
My pulpit.
Exactly.
So, I'm always prayerful of and aware who in my chair, who may need help at the time. So of course I'm going around telling my testimony, how Jesus, you know what I'm saying, set me free. Doing that. I was doing a fentanyl awareness. I got some shirts printed up.
Fentanyl Survivor.
Fentanyl Survivor shirt.
Yeah. Hey, man, I want one too.
Yes, Lord.
I need that. Gotta get that.
Yes, indeed, bro. And Man, I'm just, just patiently waiting on God to do the rest, bro. I was doing a Bible study with some young men, which I'm about to get back going again. Young college students.
Okay.
Used to meet at the coffee shop and we just chop it up.
And you was doing it on Tuesdays?
I was doing it on Tuesdays. Yeah.
I've been
Yeah,
stalking
you
you
know
on
you
the-
been. That's what's up, dog. That make me. Hey, bro. That make me feel good.
I swear to
bro.
God, I'm not a stalker, bro. Check my record, bro. I don't have no people talking about stalking stuff on my record, bro. Like I said, I've been following you, bro.
Yeah.
And whenever we got to the place to where we wanted to have a guest on, like
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, you was right there.
Yeah, bro.
Been following everything you've been doing, bro.
Most definitely, most
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's so fire.
Yeah.
And so, our message and our why we've explained, right? And so, for me, it was wanting to impact change, and not necessarily always an addiction, because I think there's a lot of things that are going on in our community that need a lot of help, right? And Ronnie talked about wanting to always be in the trenches and never forget where he came from.
Facts.
And the message was of hope and that overcoming, and that it's never too late, right?
Never.
And so I always like to wonder, like, what's your why, right? Because of course I know the trials and tribulations, but like, as a man that obviously is talented and has the ability to do shows and have your music go and reach an impact, why stay in Baton Rouge? Why impact your community?
I think it hit better, and I'm not going. I don't think I'm gonna be here. You know what I'm saying, forever.
Right.
But as of right now, I think it hits better because there's a lot of people. That's why I get the name 180, because they be like, man, you done a whole 180. You know what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
just became me. So they know where I was at. A lot of people know. It was like right before their face. You know how the Bible say, the Lord will prepare you a table in the presence of your enemies. And not necessarily saying that all of them are my enemies, but he prepared that table in front of the people that actually saw me eating out garbage cans.
Yeah.
So that he can get the glory for it. So that's why, so God can get the glory. And I also want to be something to somebody that I didn't have. Like when I was in prison, you know what I'm saying? I needed somebody that can encourage me in a certain way. I needed somebody to tell me, you know what I'm saying, to help me with my mental health issues, to talk to when I was a kid, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot of things I needed, but that's what I want to do. Be that for somebody else. So that's why I'm so vocal about, because I know, see how you say you watch my page?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that
lot of
watch my
people.
page that I don't know nothing about.
absolutely.
So I'm going to do it for them, the ones that's scared to say something or feel embarrassed about it, you know what I'm saying, or may not know how to come at me.
Yep. And I think a lot of like what just transpired, me saying stuff you didn't even know, like that's your confirmation. Like, we see you.
It is,
And it's powerful. And
We talk about that all the time, like the DMs from people that,
Yes.
and like we were just chopping up on the phone the other day, talking about some people that had messaged us, talking about how like grateful they are and how inspiring it is, and just like you made reference to, like, not only those people, there's people that just don't have the confidence to
Yes.
say
Yeah,
it,
bro.
and that's what the fight is for. That's what this platform is for. That's what bringing guests on like you is for, is to let people know and just be that moment of inspiration. Ronnie had a moment where he like looked in the camera and he said, "You right there crying, saying that,
Real? Come
like,
on. I love
yeah.
it, bro.
like just telling people like it's okay.
I love
like
it.
it's
I love it.
okay, and
Yep.
and that's."
Yeah.
I talked about it, man. Like, I don't care if we ever have 10,000 views or
Yeah.
100,000 subscribers.
If we can have one person that hears our content or sees you and then goes to you or follows Ronnie or whatever it may be, or seeks help in any manner off of something we said, I think what we're
Yeah.
doing is worth it.
Yes.
man.
And that's where I find my strength at too. Like, just real briefly, like on like an intervention I went on the other day. When I went in, the young man was struggling, bro. Like, I used to be in the room depressed, baggies everywhere, bottles everywhere, pee bottles everywhere, because I couldn't come out the room
Yup.
because I was scared that people gonna see
Yep.
me looking
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
And so when I entered the room, I saw me all over again. And I cried, bro. Because I was like, dog, this was me. This was me. and it made it more effective. But it also was a reminder to me, man, stay humble, bro.
Yep.
Stay humble. This is what you do it for.
Yeah.
You know, and like when people like they know that they know I rap and stuff like that, sometimes people act like they fanned out sometimes, honestly. But I'll be like, man, don't do that, bro. Like you could message me, you could call me, I'll take a picture or whatever like that. But I'm just Calvin, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be 180 without God, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Say it
So
again.
Like
Say
I
it
said-
again for
like
the people
I
in the
said
back.
2 episodes
Yeah.
ago, bro. We are real people
Yeah.
with real issues.
Right.
You see my dog Calvin in public.
Yeah.
Talk to him. He gonna pray with you.
Yeah.
He gonna give you some
Yeah.
bars.
most definitely.
And he gonna give you a fire fade, you know what I'm saying? At the same
Most
time,
deaf,
but you
bro.
can't miss. And I ain't gonna talk about how he pulled up presidential, y'all. I wasn't gonna say that, but let's just say the Lord is good. The Lord is good. So you got a speaking engagement coming up, right? You telling your
Yeah.
testimony October.
Well, I got one next week.
Next week,
this
okay.
Sunday. What that is? The 31st?
September 31st. You
September
promise.
31st.
Is that a Sunday?
It's September 31st, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody, September 31st.
Yeah, yeah.
They only got 30 days in September. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then
It's got to be October 1st.
it might.
So I was right. It's in October.
Whatever
Well,
is Sunday.
I
So-
told you I'm stalking you, bro.
So Sunday is September 29th.
Okay.
Okay, on the 29th.
So this episode won't be out by then. However, the next speaking engagement.
Yes.
It's in October sometime, man.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, okay,
I
I got
seen
you.
you post that.
I got you.
So, do you have the details on that so where you can tell people where you're gonna be at, how they can find you?
I need to look it up. I need a manager, brother. I need a manager. to have
Look,
that.
hey, if
just
somebody's out there got management skills, hit my dog up.
Hit Calvin Brown in the DM. It's 180
Yeah.
Slim on TikTok.
Y'all 180
Calvin
Slim.
Brown Jr. on Facebook.
Calvin
Chill, bro.
Brown.
You might have found your manager right here.
Come on.
I know too much.
I need
know
it.
too much.
Yes, indeed.
I ain't let the co-host Mike. I'm on the bigger better thing. God is calling me to my purpose.
Elevation.
Yes, sir. And so you also have a pre-order for some
Yeah.
merch open right now,
Yep.
some hoodies,
Uh-huh.
and it say God got His hands on me.
Got these.
If you know, y'all can see that right now. Look, I'm telling y'all right now. I seen the hoodie. I gotta get the hoodie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. I mean, I could be
Little double X.
little double legs, cause the arms that got
You nice, boy.
God got his hand, God got his protein on me. You know what I'm
bro.
saying? So reach out to Calvin, get the merch. He got the shirts.
And I'm about to bake up the SU and the LSU colors too. So y'all heard that and y'all like that? Hit me up. You
And
know
so
what I'm
where
saying?
you cutting hair at?
Furious Style.
Furious Style. Where's
Styles
that
here in
located?
Baton Rouge, man. It's off 10782 North Harris Ferry Road.
Okay.
Out of Reed's grocery store.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll chop you up. I'll get you nice and right.
Yeah, I be seeing the videos, man. You cut a few people I know. I ain't gonna say
Yeah.
no names though.
Okay.
Yeah,
bro.
You cut a few people I know, but I can't cheat on my barber. Joe, I got you, Joe.
Joe, that's my partner, man.
Joe on headlines?
Oh, well, you're not talking about Joe Apaya, huh? Joe.
No, you talking about the white Joe?
No, he played.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about I don't can I say his last name?
I don't know his last name, but
Joe Mallet.
Okay.
Joe Mallet, he the owner of Headlines. That's who
Headlines,
cut me
okay, no,
up.
I'm thinking about
Shout out to
somebody
my dog. He always keep me fresh every Friday.
Shout out, Joe.
Yeah, and so I also want to know. You say 3.5, 4 years sober, right?
Yeah.
What is because people think when you get sober, everything just peaches and
man.
rainbows. What is your toughest thing to date? If you don't mind getting vulnerable about that you still deal with.
Why be vulnerable, bro? Because even Paul had a thorn in his flesh, man. But just to say this real quick, God will forgive you. He'll restore your life. But there's some consequences that you still may have to walk through once you get straight.
absolutely.
And one of mine is like, you see, I got that beautiful relationship with my daughters.
Yeah.
I'm praying that God will do that with my son. I have a 5-year-old son.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? And he live in Texas, you know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot that it's a lot of, drama that was caused when I was doing what I was doing, and I hurt his mama, you know what I'm saying? So, we working through that.
Absolutely.
So I really want that to be better, but God gonna work it out.
He
You
gonna
know what
work
I'm
it
saying?
out. And
So
I pray right now, brother. He restore. He a third.
no.
Okay.
no.
Well, I pray right now that God restore your relationship with your son, man, because he needs you.
Yeah, bro.
He needs you.
He-
And so real quick too, and I'm gonna let Mike, do what he do. The audience, the likes, the subscribers, the listeners, they took a poll. They want to know what's your stance on feet.
Hey,
How you feel
He's
about
so crazy,
how you
bro.
feel about feet?
He's so crazy.
Wait a minute.
He do
Yeah,
this.
the art-
He tried.
They asked that. They did that.
For real.
They said they want to know
Don't listen to him,
what you
bro.
how you feel about feet.
He's
Women's feet?
he like
Yeah.
Say, bro, listen. That's one of my things too. I ain't even
Look, I like to eat rotel dip off my
that-
girl's
so
feet.
that's-
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a nasty bottle.
I was trying to see if I posted something about that because you doing the research. Where did this come from?
Hey, Mike, I told you I was ready for
You
this.
was ready, bro.
I was ready.
Bro, look. Hey, you gotta have the thing right. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Man, I'm talking about you can come straight off of work. My girl a personal trainer till you come out from work.
and we've officially gone off the rails.
I know.
My God,
I'm praying and I'm believing God for my wife. So y'all touch and agree with me. You know what I'm saying? And to the end, I can't do nothing but look at my ugly feet, man.
No, that's right. Y'all heard what that. You listen. You heard what he said. Now you got Mr. 180 Slim. He a bachelor, a hot bachelor. You better catch him while the price is low, cause when he blow, he gonna blow, and he gonna have one of them Dr. Miami women. So one of my good, strong, independent. It don't matter the color, right? It don't matter the color. You hear that? He ain't choicy. Get at my dude right now and enter for your chance to win a date with Mr. 180.
So look. Once again, man, we appreciate you coming
Definitely,
on.
bro. Definitely.
Look, everybody who follows us, subscribe to us. Y'all go give them a follow.
Yes.
180 Slim on TikTok.
Yeah. Yes.
Calvin Brown Jr. on Facebook.
Facebook.
Follow his YouTube,
Yes.
man.
Don't forget to go to Apple Music, Spotify right now
Yeah.
and download One Way. It's 14 tracks. It's 43 minutes long. Dropped on August 30th.
Play it all the way
I'll
through.
Still be in that
Play it
first
all the way through.
wave because I'm blessed and I'm highly favored.
and-
You know, I'm blessed and I'm highly favored.
Don't forget about walking testimony too.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Walking
my last
Testimony.
one before this one. Mhm.
And also don't forget the merch. The pre-order is open now for the hoodies. He got the shirts. He can cut your hair, and you might even get the role presidential, just depending on how you feel about
And
you
look,
at the time.
just because I like to do it. All of his followers who are tuning in, y'all make sure to give us a follow.
Hey, that's right.
Like, share, subscribe, man. So, as always, man, we like to give a special shout out, special thanks to our likes, the people who like our stuff, the people who comment, the people who share it, our subscribers, our future subscribers. We love y'all. We see y'all. Peace and blessings. And as always, we'll be back at the same time, at the same place, with the same producer. Built by the Red Stick, baby. Built by adversity, lived by courage.
Woo!